Hello and welcome to another Redstone tutorial. Today I will be showing you guys how to make this rock, paper, scissors two-player Redstone game. This one I have built over here on our Broke Rock server just to make sure that it can be played on servers, and it does. The premise is really simple, There are two sides. In each side down here, you have paper, scissors, rock. You can change up your choices like this. And then you put your diamonds in the shulker box. I've already been playing around with this. And then you can submit your payment by pressing that button. Once the button's pressed, they are locked. It takes out one diamond from the shulker box at a time. Doesn't matter how many more times you press these, you can't change your choice in the middle. And your light on your side gets lit, and that tells your opponent that you're done, you've made your choice. Same thing over here. You can choose. You have your diamonds, you submit your diamonds. There's CenterNet talking away. And then the winner gets all the diamonds, and it gets shut right back into their shulker box. So, if you are interested in building this on a Bedrock Windows 10 version of the game, well then, follow through. And for each section, I will timestamp down in my description so that you can jump to whatever section you need at any time. So, thank you, and I will see you in a second. And so these are roughly the blocks that you will need for this build. You don't have to have these specific colors. These are just to indicate my circuits and are an idea as to the rough number of blocks that you will need. We have sticky pistons, droppers and hoppers, comparators, repeaters, observers, note blocks, 6 lecterns, and 6 signed books that have 30 pages to them. So go to page 30 and write something and then sign it. And these are to represent our rocks, our papers, and our scissors. And then these are stackable and non-stackable items for the hoppers, some shulker boxes, and some matching colors to match the shulker boxes. And so if you are going to be burying half of this in the ground, what you'll need is a space of 21 blocks long by 11 blocks wide by 9 blocks tall, and then you'll have 4 blocks out of the ground, above the ground. Okay, so this machine is not going to be symmetrical. And so as I'm going through this, I will probably be referring to a blue side and a red side to help differentiate and show where I'm at in building this. And so if we come over here to this corner and we go up 1, 2, 3, 4 and over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's put 3 redstone dust, come up with 2 blocks, 2 more redstone dust on top of those. Then we have a repeater into a sticky piston facing up. We'll have 2 blocks there like that. And then we'll have 2 blocks here and 1 more there like that. And then on this side, let's come up and over with 1, 2, 3, and then 3 more. On this side, again, come up and over with 1, 2, 3, and then again 3. And over here, let's put 1 there, and then come over and to the left 1, and to the right 1, 2. Over here on this side, we will come over and up, and then back, and then on this section over twice. Alright, and so grab yourself some comparators, and we'll go 3 comparators in a row here with redstone dust in front of them. 3 comparators in a row here with redstone dust in front of them. Over here in this spot, put a comparator. Come around the corner, put a comparator. Up here off the end of this redstone dust down there, put a comparator in subtract mode. Right here, put some redstone dust. A comparator here, and dust here. Over here on this section, do dust and dust. A comparator, and a comparator in subtract mode. Again, taking a reading off that dust. Alright, so here we are going to go and come up with a block and over with a block. Redstone dust on top of both of those. A torch here. Come over like that. And then kind of come around the corner. Have a repeater here. Firing into some dust and some dust. And then come over and up once and twice. With some dust here. And a redstone torch there. Okay. And then let's swing back around to this side. And we will come over and up and over like that. Put a comparator here. And then again come over and up and over with one more block. Redstone dust on top of both of those. A torch there. Come over. Yeah, come over with a repeater here. And that over and up and over again. And that goes into some dust there. There we go. A block. Another bit of dust. And then we come over and up. And then over and up. Dust there. And a redstone torch there. Alright. And so this is basically the heart of the machine. This is going to compare the player's choices of rock, paper, or scissor and determine if there's a winner, loser, or a draw. And so these comparators need to have something to take a reading from. So let's come out 4 blocks. On the third one out, we'll put a sticky piston and then get rid of these. There's just temporary ones. And then we'll have a sticky piston and another sticky piston. And then 2 more blocks behind those. In front of the sticky pistons, we'll put Lecterns. And then you'll want a book and quill. And create for yourself a book. You need to go to page 30 and type something, doesn't really matter what, and then sign the book. And then make yourself about 5 copies in a crafting table. Just put the book in the crafting table with some other books and quills and put those there. On this side, the blue side, we'll do the same thing. We'll come out 4. On the third block, we'll put a sticky piston. Get rid of those. And then come over sticky piston, lectern, 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 book, book, book. And continue this over. like that. On top of these, you'll want redstone dust, and then 3 more blocks. Likewise over here, redstone dust, 3 more blocks. And then on top of the pistons, put 3 comparators. Over here, 3 comparators. And then get yourself some hoppers. And directly above the lectern, there we go, create a circle of hoppers, just like this. Take out this first one and have it go into that one. Same thing over here, again. Just a circle of hoppers. Take that out, go into that. And then with the red side on the right, come over and up with a block. Put a redstone torch there. 2 pieces of redstone dust. And then inside the hopper, put a stackable item. Like that. And that gives us a reading and pushes the lectern forward. Same thing on this one. Same side. Come up and over. Redstone torch. 2 bits of redstone dust. And then just some stackable item in there. Now, to set the books to the correct signal strength, over here on the blue side, we want to set these to page 10. And that will give us a signal strength of 5. So all of these set to page 10. And then on the red side, set these to page 8. And that gives a signal strength of 4. And so if we look, this is a signal strength of 5, and that's a 5. And in this case, this is a signal strength of 4, 3. 5 minus 3 is 2, which sends our signal 3 through. This would be 4, 3, 2. So 5 minus 2 is 3. So again, that's on. In this case, this would be this one would be our winning signal. Now, how do we do this? If you recall, we have the sticky piston here. What we need to do, actually, come back to this block here, but take this out and replace it with a downwards facing sticky piston with a block of redstone on its face. And go ahead and put that dust back. And because that popped that block up, what's going on is this is our signal strength of 4, continues to 4 all the way over to this spot. So we have 5 minus 4 is 1, and that allows our torch to come on. So this is basically the one line that's our crossover circuit. Everything else is pretty direct and straightforward. Alright, cool. Get rid of that. On to the next bit. And that would be to add our markers. So on top of those blocks, we'll do that with some redstone lamps, and that with some redstone lamps. And then item frames there. Now on the blue side, our order is going to be paper, scissors, rock. Like that. And then when we come over here to the red side, those in like that. Our order for the red side is scissors, paper, rock, like that. And so then let's go ahead and we'll put in some flooring blocks above those, some glass, and we might as well enclose that in. So you'd be standing on top of it like that. Same thing over here. There you go, like that. And let's kind of take care of our torch and get that so it works. So we'll continue our flooring block around. Right under this, we'll have a dropper with a single item in it. We will have a hopper going into that dropper. We will come over with a half slab with a comparator taking a reading there, and then a button right there, and kind of repeat that over on this side. 3 blocks, a dropper, hopper, 1 item, half slab, and a comparator, and a button here, so that when you hit the button, the choice changes. Good. So let's swing on over to this other side and work in our payment system. Start with that, and then we will have the same color as what our side is. So we'll do wool, and then this spot will be a shulker box, but for now let's temporarily put the wool. And just like we used a dropper and a hopper on that side over there, we will do that on this side as well, just to kind of match things up. So we have a dropper with 1 item inside it, and a hopper pointing into it. On the side of this dropper, let's go ahead and put a block, and then we'll come over there and here with some half slabs. And to take a reading from the dropper, we'll put a comparator here. That is going to go into a block there with a redstone torch on it. Because this is going to be where our shulker box is going to be with our diamonds, we'll set up a bit of a sorting system underneath it to pull our diamonds out. So we'll have that hopper facing backwards, or rather into that block, and then let's temporarily come up like that and run some of these hoppers into there. There we go. Get rid of that. So to keep these hoppers from just pulling diamonds right out of our shulker box, we need to lock them. So that's why I have this here. We'll take a comparator reading from that hopper this direction. That is going to be firing up into a block, and we'll come down a block there as well. Put some redstone dust here, and then we will come down and over and up. Get rid of those. Put redstone dust there, and a redstone torch there. That's locking the bottom one. That's kind of a secondary lock. What we want here, we will come over with a half slab there. There we go. With a repeater on it, like this, on a 3-tick delay. that will be firing into a note block. So let's get some packed ice on the bottom, a note block on top. On the side of the note block, we will have a redstone torch. Let us come over with another repeater, just like that. And that is going to be firing up into a solid block, actually, there. That will lock our top hopper. And then we will come down 2 blocks, get rid of the middle one, and put dust on it instead. And that dust will lock our bottom hopper. There we go. Now this note block, we are going to hit 11 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, and then now in this top hopper here, we get this set up. We'll take 21 items and put them in like this. They can be any kind of stackable item, and you can even rename these so that it's less likely that it'll mess up your sorting system. And then take and put 1 diamond in the top. Very important, only 1. And in the hopper directly below that, put 1 diamond there. And then now we can go ahead and replace our temporary block there with our shulker box. And all our diamonds are staying put. And then go ahead and put a button there. And now when you trigger that, that should pull out a diamond from our shulker box. $39 and 1 diamond there. Perfect. Okay, so now we redo all of this over on that side, and we'll switch up the colors to red. And so again, that was putting a block there, taking our colored block, put it there, put a temporary block here, which will later be replaced with our shulker box. Come below this, have a dropper with 1 item in it, like that. Have a hopper going into there, put a block next to the dropper with some half slabs coming off like this. Get a comparator reading here, and that is going to be going up into a block with a redstone torch on its side like this. We get our hoppers set up here for the shulker box. Put some temporary ones here, just so that we can have something to shoot for. There and there. There we go. Get rid of that. Take a comparator reading from this hopper here. And that will be going up into a block, and we come down 1. A bit of redstone dust here. And then we come down and over, up. Get rid of those. Put a redstone torch there with some redstone dust here. Nice. And then this one, we come over and kind of there, so we can put a repeater on it with 3-tick delay. That will be firing into our note block. So we put our packed ice below and our note block there, and we are hitting this 11 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And that has a redstone torch on its side there. And that is going into a repeater here. A solid block there. We come down 2, take out the middle, and put some dust there. Then in our top hopper, we take 21 items again, Put them in there like that with 1 diamond. Bottom hopper gets 1 diamond. Like that. Then now we can replace our temporary block with our shulker box and put some diamonds in it. Alright, finally go ahead and put a button there and the side is set. So the idea of this is as the players play and win, the diamonds that they've put into the machine, if they win, will go right back into their shulker box. So let's get a line of hoppers like that, just to kind of indicate to us where that line is going to be. Alright, since we've started talking about these hopper lines, let's continue with that. So right here, come up 2 blocks and then put down 2 droppers facing upwards. Get rid of those. Then from the bottom dropper, come this way with 3 hoppers, and then you can connect, just bring them over and connect with our hopper line here, and come over this direction and connect to our hopper line here, so that both sets of diamonds will go into the bottom dropper. And then to get them back out into the winner, we will come here with a half slab and a comparator, taking a reading from the bottom dropper. That's going up into a block and then over. Get rid of that. We'll put some redstone dust here, but to keep it from connecting with that, we'll just put a block there first, and our redstone dust. Block here with a repeater on it. That's firing up into a block with some redstone dust on it. And then we will come this way once, twice, and then a block down there. On this spot is another repeater. Dust. Dust, and let's get that cut off right there. Oh. A diamond left over from our hopper over there. Okay. Well, that brings me to a couple points. The diamond didn't come up, so this is only half of that circuit. What we need to do is have some observers looking at that bit of redstone dust there, and then an observer looking at that, and that just kind of brings our line over. So now if that diamond is in there, bloop, it goes up. Okay, now we don't want that happening every time diamonds go through, just automatically getting popped up. We need to lock this, and that we do by coming up, over, and back like that with a redstone torch there. And now that will lock it and store the diamonds until a winner is declared. Okay, the next thing that we sort of need to lock is this circuit down here. As it is now, if the players cycle through their choices of rock, paper, scissors, they will automatically be triggering this, and we don't want that to happen. Not right away, at least. And to lock this, we are going to start by taking a comparator reading from this hopper here. So we'll come over with a half slab, put a comparator on it. Let's put a temporary block there, have a dropper facing up, get rid of that block, put a temporary block there, have a dropper facing into this one, a hopper going down into that dropper, and lastly a dropper, boom, there, facing into the hopper. Now into this one, put a non-stackable item, because you will want the extra signal strength. What we are going to do, put a half slab here, and basically take a comparator reading from the hopper. Just like that. And that is going to be firing into a block with some redstone dust on top and a redstone torch right there on the face of it. And that lit up our circuit below, which is perfect, which is what we want. Okay, now if we assume that there's going to be a winner, the diamonds that come up have to make their way back to each shulker box. So let's run these lines of hoppers like this, and we'll even come over one more there like that, and then back, 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 just so that this is in line with the dropper here. Let's go ahead and bring that one over, and then back, back, and back. Perfect. Okay, so to get in the winning sides circuit lines, we're going to come over here, and in front of this redstone torch we will have a dropper facing up with the hopper going down into it. We'll put just a stackable item inside of there, and then we will put a solid block here and take a comparator reading off of this hopper like that. We're going to have an observer looking at that comparator with a block on top of it. Redstone torch here, block on top, redstone torch here on the inside. Then we will come over with some half slabs, 3 times for now. We'll take that one out, we don't need it. On this first one we'll have a repeater with a 3-tick delay. Let's come on over some more to here. So we have a 3, we'll make ourselves a 3x2 kind of space, and a solid block here, here, here. And then we will get a sticky piston and put a sticky piston there like that. Now over here we're going to put redstone dust all around that perimeter with a comparator and a comparator. Now for this winning circuit over here on this side, it's very similar. Dropper in front of that redstone torch facing up with the hopper, 1 item in the dropper, a solid block there, comparator taking a reading from the hopper, observer looking at the comparator, firing up into a block, redstone torch on its side, another block on top, redstone torch on this side, and then we are going to put a repeater there on a 3-tick delay. Grab our half slabs again and come over twice there. On this side, come over 3. In this little position here, we'll have a solid block, solid block, solid block. To be honest, we'll come back, and then 2 more here, and then we're going to run this line of solid blocks all the way to here, just until you get to this line block here. And we are actually even going to bring that one over. Let's come back here, grab ourselves a sticky piston, and right there put ourselves a sticky piston there. Now we'll have redstone dust here, 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 and on all of this yellow like that, down onto there, all the way over to there, and finally comparators here and here. Good. Now down under here, what we are going to need is off of this lime block here, have a redstone torch a block above it, and a redstone torch there. And if you saw those pistons extended, what this does is, as long as there are diamonds in that dropper, this will keep our winning piston hopper extended until the dropper is empty. So another thing that needs a lock are these player buttons. This one, so that the player cannot change his mind or his choice mid game, mid move, and this one, so they can't just sit here and hit this button and continually send their diamonds through. You don't want that. So the way we are going to lock these buttons, over here on the red side, we are going to come down here to this block, and we are going to take a reading from that block. So we're going to come over and put a repeater there, and that is going to come up and over. And on this block we'll have some redstone dust, but we do not want it to connect, so we will block it off there, swing around to the outside. We'll go down and up. Down here is dust, and then on top of this is a redstone torch. From here we're going to come out with some half slabs, and that was 4 of them. This is dust, and then we'll have a repeater facing out on 3-tick delay, a repeater facing in. On this one, on the middle one, we are going to come and have that fire into a block with a redstone torch on its side. We will come back into here with 2 blocks with redstone dust on them. From here, with a half slab, we are going to come up and over. And actually, we're going to come there below it, so that we can put some redstone dust on top, like that. And then above there and there are some solid blocks with some dust and dust. And this is where our signal kind of splits. It's going up, but we also want it to come down. So we'll put a block there with some dust. And this blinked off. You guys just saw that? That blinked off because our torch here blinked, which is perfect. We want that dust to be off. But now from here we are going to come across with 3 bits of redstone dust. We're going to come up and over and around the corner, and we are shooting for this blue block right here. We want our signal to go up there, so we are going to come up, put a redstone torch there, another block, and a redstone torch, which should be off. Continue our dust over to there. Okay, now this line that we started to bring up to here is going to lock on this button, so that is actually coming up, firing into a block here with a redstone torch on it, and above that redstone torch is a sticky piston, just like that. Cool. Now let's get the other side put in. This is the blue side, and again it's pretty much the same thing. We're taking a reading off of this, so we will come down and over with a repeater like that. That is firing both up and over into this block, and we want to cut off that signal from above with the block up above. We come down and up, a redstone torch there, bit of redstone dust here, and I use half slabs. We'll come over 3 this time, repeaters repeater facing out on a 3-tick delay, repeater facing in. We will put in some solid blocks, 1 and 2 and 3. Now we will put redstone dust here, but we don't want that to connect to this up above, so I am just going to put some blocks there first. And dust, dust, dust. From this point, the middle repeater is firing into a block with a redstone torch on its side. Again, we don't want this lit, so what we're going to do is just take out and replace that redstone torch. Alright, not lit. That's what we want. Grab ourselves a half slab, come over and actually down so that we can split our line coming up. Down here, a solid block. Solid block, solid block. So our redstone dust can come down too, come down here too. We'll just continue this line over to the corner. And again, we're shooting for that blue block right there. Run our redstone dust across this. Here, here. And we're going to come up first. Redstone torch. Block. And a redstone torch, which should be off. And that's there, our final piece of redstone dust. Now this signal that's coming up from here, again, we're aiming for this dropper on this one. So we will come up like that, redstone torch on top of that block with our sticky piston on top of it. Good, 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 good. Now the premise, let's see if this worked. It really should have worked. We got some diamonds in there. If I hit this button, okay, so it pulled the dropper back, so this button is now useless. And then over here on this side, our redstone torch is lit, so this torch will stay off until that goes out. So it doesn't matter how many more times we hit this, this torch will stay off, which is perfect. Okay, real quick, before we move on, I wanted to point out a bit of a troubleshooting tip for you. If you are doing this circuit down here on either side and it is blinking on you, what has probably happened is that up in here you probably have 2 diamonds in it. Because this is what happens when there are 2 diamonds in that hopper. And obviously you don't want that because it's locking it and unlocking everything all at once. So just come up here and check and make sure you don't have 2 diamonds in this spot. Alright, cool. Now back to the circuit that will actually unlock our buttons, and its trigger is waiting for both players to submit a payment. And thankfully we already have a circuit that is checking for that, and that is this dropper hopper setup is taking a comparator reading from this hopper. It is basically waiting for 2 players to submit a payment. We initially have it set up to unlock our comparating circuit down below to check for a winner, but we can also use it now to unlock our buttons. And to do that, from this lime green block, for reference, red is on the right, blue is on the left. From this lime green block, we are going to come over to this block is simply to cut off our redstone from there. We're going to come down 1. We're going to come over and down 1 more. Up here on top of this is redstone dust. On this block is a repeater, which is firing up into a block. And we'll come down below, take out the middle, put some dust here. And then on the inside, work our way inside, we're going to hop over this bit of redstone dust, like that. Come over 2 more, and back here, and back there. On top of this, we will continue our dust to here. Now facing this purple block, we want a repeater. And this is going to blink our torch. Just like it's been blinking already, but this is going to be doing it automatically. And intentionally, I guess I should say. Otherwise, we're going to take our redstone dust and continue it along through here. And that's 6 blocks there. We're going to come around and up to this side. And it's the same thing. So we are going to do dust, dust, and repeater. Alright, now that will reset our buttons automatically. But if I'm not mistaken, I've already triggered this one, so I have to manually reset it for now. And then from now on, the automatic circuit will do it. So again, back to this torch, take out and replace. And now we are good to go. This side is all set, and that side is all set. So technically, honestly, we have now a working machine. All we have to do, I think, is add in some bells and whistles. So let's add in those bells and whistles, basically the lights that will show off the winner. Now, the red is over here on the left. There's going to be a slight difference between the sides, but we are going to be coming off of this yellow block here with a redstone torch, a block over it, redstone torch, a block, redstone torch again with a sticky piston on top of it, and a block of redstone on top of it. From here, we're going to have a block, a block, a block, and then we will have a block of gold, a block of packed ice, another block, and a block of gold again. From here, we will come over, and then over and up, and over again, wrap in the corner. We will come down here to this gold block and come over, just like that. Now, on top of our gold blocks and packed ice, we are going to have note blocks. Off of these sides, these will most likely be visible from below, so we're going to use a more decorative block that could be used for a ceiling type of situation. And then from here, we're going to come up and out with some redstone lamps, one to the left, and extend it so that you're one pass down the right, and that should be 7 blocks altogether. And so now our redstone is redstone dust, a repeater here, repeater on 3 tick delay, repeater on 3 tick delay, repeater on 3 tick delay. This first block you will hit 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do a comparator. Hit this 12 times. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Comparator again. Hit this one 7 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A comparator there. A comparator there. 3 bits of redstone dust, and a comparator there. Alright, cool. Now for the other side, again we're coming off the yellow with a redstone torch, a block, redstone torch, a block, redstone torch, and this one that's off, we will put a sticky piston. So it faces up like that, and a block of redstone there. Now on this one, we are coming off of this with 2 blocks, and then a block of gold, our wool block, packed ice, wool block, and block of gold again. We are going to come around the corner just like before. and back down to where the gold block is. And then again, note blocks on top of the gold and packed ice, a decorative block on the faces of them, and we will come up and out with some redstone lamps and run that so that it is one passed on each side, so 7 altogether. And then here we have redstone dust, a repeater, repeaters on 3 tick delays again, the first note block hit 7 times, a comparator, hit that 12 times, a comparator, hit this 7 times, a comparator, comparator there, and redstone dust down the length. Alright, we can test this real quick by taking out and replacing a torch, so let's do that. Oh, that looked pretty good, pretty good. If you don't like the way this is blinking, you want it faster, you can change this down to say 2 tick delays on these. Really, your choice, up to you. Find a timing that works good for you. I know on our server, I took that down to a 2 tick delay, and it worked just fine. And now, finally, the last little bit of circuit will be an indicator light that will show your opponent when you've submitted your payment. And we will work that in over here on these sides. And so the way this bit is going to work is when you submit a payment, this dropper with the one item in it gets retracted back to this position, and we can use that to trigger our signal. So we are going to come over with 2 blocks and with a comparator and a repeater, and that is going to fire up into a block with a redstone torch on its side, and then we'll come up with another block, torch here on the inside, block, redstone torch, block, redstone torch, and finally our lamp there. And we will repeat that over here for the red side. And so again, we come over with 2 blocks with a comparator and a repeater on them. That's firing up into a block with a redstone torch here. We come up with a block, a torch there, another block, a torch here, another block with a redstone torch here, and because it is off, we know that is the last one before our redstone lamp. Alright, and the build is done. That's all there is to it. So now all it needs is some decorating. Okay, yeah, all it needs is decorating, and quite honestly, you can do that however you want. Most of this stuff on top can be covered, particularly if you use half slabs. It will be up to there, coming across. And so a couple examples I have. This one is meant to be seen more from the inside, like this. You have rock, paper, and scissors. And this is the blue player side, with all the functionality involved. This is the red player side. I like decorating with stairs. It's just a favorite thing of mine. A key point when you are decorating to keep these lamps so that they can be seen from both sides. So this is an example of an inside build. And this one is more of an open roof outside build. Again, very similar. With the rock, the paper, and the scissors. It's just that the roof is open and it's more exposed to the elements. Just like this. And I think if I actually go into showing me decorate these, this video will be too long. So if you want to check out these builds, I am going to have a download link to this world down in the description. Feel free to download and check it out and get some ideas for yourself. And I hope you're able to follow along with this tutorial fairly well without too much difficulty. If you liked it, go ahead and hit that like button. If you like some of my other stuff and you haven't yet, think about subscribing. And I hope you have fun with this. If you have any questions or issues with it, leave me a comment below and I will try to walk you through it. But really, until next time, have fun and see ya!